the problem shown in one graph. This is where we're currently at, is Moorhead, Kentucky. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but today is actually quite good. Tomorrow gets worse. And then Sunday through, we're going to say Tuesday, is essentially unrideable with the gear that we currently have. We can ride it down into the 40s fairly successfully, but if it gets down below freezing, with the gear we have, we really aren't set up to ride that. We need to either find some place to be and wait out the cold weather, or we have to get far enough south so we're not dealing with freezing on the bike. It's cold enough as it is. Okay, so if I go back to the entire route, this is the run that we're going to try to do today. Originally, the run was going to, this was 3 days worth of riding, because I figured out, I decided that if you could do the first 3 days with the 400 plus mile days every day, that we could take a break and slow down and do this in a more casual pace. But because we didn't make our miles and then we took an extra day off, we're kind of, we're going to run it into this thing. So now instead we're going to do this in 1 day. This gets us from where we are right now in Moorhead to Kodak, Tennessee, which is another Buc-ee's. Each of these stops is a Buc-ee's. So we have the Buc-ee's in Richmond, then Smith's Grove, and then I don't remember the Crossville, Tennessee, then down to Kodak through Knoxville. What it's saying here is 422 miles. This should be, I don't know if it's all, there's some interstate on this, but there's also some state roads. It's going to be tight. If we don't make, Kodak, but we make some point between Crossville and Kodak, this still sets us up pretty well, because we can still, we can make up an extra, 100 miles or so, depending on what the situation is. Kodak today, tomorrow morning, which is when we'd be leaving Kodak, they're showing 46 degrees. We can ride that perfectly easy. That's warmer than it was in Elkins. And it's sunny. So AM clouds, PM sun. This is the day of the dragon. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, couldn't help it. But there is a line of storms right now that is northeast to southwest, and it's just passed here a couple hours ago. But we're riding west initially, and that should give it time to clear out before we turn around and head to the east. Tomorrow is rideable in Kodak, is basically what it comes down to. But if we went per the plan, we would be stopping in Daresville, Georgia. That puts us really close to what's rideable and what's not. And obviously, Monday would be not very forgiving. Let's put it that way. Tuesday we might be able to ride out if we got to Adair. But if we can get to Athens, Georgia, not great, but we can do it.
But it's better than freezing.
Yeah, but that day ride on Sunday, if we follow it up, we end up in Auburn. 4 days of not great. Well, today's actually looking pretty good. What we should be is in Athens riding out on a short day to go back to Georgia, this isn't going to be optimal, but we're going to do what we need to do, and we can always take a day. So if we can get to Auburn from Monday, we might just take a day off. Our ride today is going to be, this is here to Kodak. Again, we don't have to make the entire ride. There is some give. We just can move over most of the miles for this last leg over to the following day. The following day would end up looking like, the farther south we can get, the better. Google's acting a little weird in the hotel room. We have 422 miles to hit. We have 5 minutes before they start serving breakfast. And then as soon as breakfast is eaten, we're on the road, and we're packing, stacking, and then on the road.
Yeah, I did catch that. wild one immediately hit. Wow. Motorcycle stud. We're in the third Buc-ee's for today. Come on, Ed. Can I get you to just video the two of us, or it's already running? All you have to do is just hold and pointing at us. Sure, what the heck? Buc-ee's beef jerky. Super yummy. Here's your quiz. What's on the schedule for tomorrow?
Till the Dragon, not getting into a crash and making our bikes add to the tree.
And what was your brother's instructions to you for Tail of the Dragon?
Don't crash.
Don't crash. Very long.
Yeah.
Thought that. Weather was beautiful. We were up by 5:30 or maybe even a touch before that. We hit 4 Buc-ee's today. Weather was great. It was clear. It was sunny. Started out like 55 degrees, and by the end of the day, it was low 70s at least. So I didn't wear, I just wore my outside jacket and gloves. Most of it was interesting.
Yeah.
So we're clearing miles fairly quick. I don't know, we're probably close to 500. And even with the stops, we made it to the last Buc-ee's by 5:30. We made it to, I don't know why I have a hard time remembering that. All right. It all went well until we hit Knoxville, and then everything came to a stop. And we were literally sitting on 64 at a stop for about half an hour. I had just said, that's it. We're going to make this. We're going to be back on schedule. Everything's going to be amazing.
We assumed it would be great, it would be perfect, everything would be fine. He then said it, and then it took like
forever.
30 minutes longer.
Anyway, but we made it. As of right now, can we call ourselves on schedule or no?
Yes. I do think we're on schedule right now.
So we made up.
We can, in fact,
2.5 days worth of riding in one day.
Yeah.
All right. What we've discussed as far as
is that we're going to go do 2 days according to the schedule that we have already made before we went on this trip together. So if we do Scratch Monday, which as a high is a 45 at the best spot we can be left at. We don't need to worry about being behind.
We were supposed to do from here in Kodak to Adairsville, Georgia, tomorrow. And then from there...
But we're going to add on the Athens, Alabama jump as well. But yeah, we are going to go from Kodak to the Tail of the Dragon to
Adairsville,
Georgia to Athens, Alabama to keep ahead of Monday, which is going to be cold. I don't think either of us will, depending on how it is, will be super comfortable with going full tilt on Monday if it's super cold.
Oh, by the way, earplugs. Big thumbs up.
Really helpful.
Yeah, he's got earbuds, which basically do the same thing. But
yeah.
By the end of the day, I can tell when Matt's had enough. Today was 4 Buc-ees. We got 4 of them done. 1 run. Today was also almost 3 days worth of riding. We're caught up. We're on schedule. Everything is good. If we are successful and get 2 done tomorrow, that will put us in very good going forward because Monday doesn't look good. All right, I guess we're done talking. We've got a bunch of...
And absolutely nothing is going to go wrong, right? That's a joke. According to... Hey, let's be honest, one thing...
You were the one that gave me a hard time when I started saying...
I know.
Let's say, woohoo, let's celebrate! And then all of a sudden things start going wrong.
Every single day, something will go wrong. That's just the track record.
Okay. I think we're good for video tomorrow.
Yeah.